West Gondar Zone Peace and Security Office has issued a statement about the death of around 16 drivers who were killed last week on Gondar to Matimma Road. Which group is involved? What is West Gondar Zone government saying? Secondly, an alarming news story from Eritrea. I know that Eritrean pro-government viewers won't like it whenever I point out the problems in Eritrea for which the Eritrean government is responsible. These people take to the comment section and start attacking me. I don't ban them, I let them speak, leaving it to the viewers to decide that who is speaking the truth. It's very okay. I'll speak on it later. Let me start from the Amhara region, where we know that last week, I think around 16 drivers were killed. Vehicle drivers, truckers were killed when they were on their way from Gondar to Matimma. Did a video on that, if you remember. And I said that in that area, three groups are operating. Firstly, security forces. Secondly, Fano fighters. Thirdly, Kemant fighters. And this area is towards Ethiopia-Sudan border. We are waiting for the government to confirm this incident, and we wanted to know who the government was going to blame for this incident. Now, West Gondar Zone government has issued a statement, Peace and Security Bureau. You know the incident that these truckers were supplying fertilizer from Djibouti. From Djibouti, they entered Ethiopia, and from far, they entered Amhara region, and they're on their way to Matimma from Gondar when their vehicles came under attack. And they were killed in broad daylight by armed men. West Gondar Zone government has confirmed the incident without telling the number of people killed. How many were killed? Government silent. But as I reported, around 16 killed. West Gondar Zone government is accusing Kemant fighters. Kemants have also been waging an armed resistance against Amhara forces, federal forces, for years. And in the past, if you remember, Amhara government has been accusing TPLF of backing Kemants. They say that it was TPLF's EPRDF which organized and mobilized Kemant fighters. During Tigray war, it was alleged that Kemants were working in collaboration with Tigray forces. Kemant fighters have their presence in Sudan, and from Sudan they easily enter Amhara region. So West Gondar Zone government is accusing Kemant fighters. The government says there was exchange of gunfire between Kemants and the Ethiopian government forces in the area before this incident. When the security forces withdrew from the area, gunfire subsided or it came to an end. After that, the Kemant fighters attacked this convoy of vehicles, and drivers were pulled out of their vehicles and they were shot dead. They were not killed in crossfire. West Gondar Zone government is confirming drivers were not killed. They had not been killed in crossfire. They were deliberately targeted by Kemant fighters. I have not seen a statement from Kemant group so far. I was in touch with them 2 years ago, I remember, during the war. I'll try to contact them. Once I get their views about this incident, I'll share it with you. Secondly, what is alarming news from Eritrea? Eritrea, which claims to be the center of Stability in the Horn of Africa is also the center of migration in the Horn of Africa. People fleeing, as many as can leave the country. And I think the Eritrean government indirectly facilitates this migration, because when these Eritreans manage to enter Europe or America, then they start sending remittances to Eritrean government, and these remittances constitute a main part of Eritrean GDP. Last month, UN Special Rapporteur on Eritrea submitted a report about human rights situation in Eritrea. He has shared some details. One portion of the report is very alarming. 18% of Eritrean population, 18% of entire Eritrean country's population is abroad, not legally, but as refugees, as asylum seekers. Around 700,000, 0.7 million Eritreans are in Europe, in America, as refugees, as asylum seekers. Some got the status of permanent residents too, because they've been there for years. When a country's 18% population has fled, it shows that this country is not livable, either due to economic hardships or because of other challenges, lack of liberties, repression. People are fleeing. Is it a matter to be proud of? Should Eritrean government be proud of that 18% of its people have fled the country and more want to leave the country? It's a shame, by the way. It's a shame that your youths want to leave your country because you could not deliver. You could not create jobs for them. You could not set a direction for their future. People would say, Sajid, there are some non-Eritreans too who disguise themselves as Eritreans and they get asylum abroad. Yes, it happens. Ethiopians have long been accused, Tigrayans too, that they disguise their identity, they disguise themselves as Eritreans, and they take refuge abroad, they seek asylum abroad. It has been happening. Some cases have been unveiled in the past. But it does not mean that majority is non-Eritrean. Majority is Eritrean. So problem is that whenever such reports come out, instead of admitting the shortcomings, the poor performance of the government launches a counter narrative. And pro-government people happily follow the narrative. They propagate the narrative. Now, they accuse Abdissalam Babikar of working for Western interests, working against Eritrean interests. But are these numbers correct or not? If the numbers are not correct, what are the correct numbers? Why is that Eritreans are fleeing their country? Who is to blame? It's a small country. It claims to be very stable. It claims to be self-sufficient. It claims to be free of debt. It claims to be in possession of strategic resources. It claims to be an anchor of stability, but it's people fleeing. It means that the narratives launched by Eritrean government are not correct. Those living in Europe, living in America, should care about the suffering of those who are in Eritrea. And by the way, zero point 0.7 million fled Eritrea. How many Eritreans died on their way with dreams of having a future in Europe? How many were blackmailed? How many were tortured? How many were imprisoned? How many were sold by human traffickers? There are stories, painful stories, if you talk to these Eritreans who are living abroad. They went through a trauma, they went through hard times, and it is becoming difficult now for Eritreans to reach Europe, to reach America. It's going to be very difficult for them. And in neighboring countries, there are wars. So, how will the people survive? That is why I raised this issue, because people want to flee Eritrea just like they want to flee Eritrea in the past. Situation not improving, but situation is favorable for them abroad. They're being denied entry in Europe. They'll be used by Ethiopians in the war if war breaks out. They could be fuel of war in Sudan too. They cannot pass through Sudan to reach Libya. It's difficult. Somalia is a different case. Djibouti, you know what's happening there. So hard times ahead for Eritreans, those who want to flee their country. But Sasawe government is the beneficiary of this illegal migration. Thanks for watching.